Hey, what is going on everybody? Hope you are having a good day. My name is Emo Tiger, and in this video I'm going to be discussing the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and be making a few predictions about the upcoming film. More specifically, I'll be talking about the near future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe being Avengers 4, which is currently untitled. So let's get into it. One thing I have to mention though, guys, is if you haven't read the description, obviously this video includes loads and loads of spoilers, so if you haven't seen Infinity War, go out to your local cinema and see it because it is an awesome movie, guys. Alright, let's get into it. So I think the number one question all of you have after finishing Infinity War is, what the hell is going on with the Thanos snapping his fingers situation where he kills half the universe? And of course it's all random, and a bunch of our favorite heroes including Black Panther and Spider-Man, who we know are definitely going to have films in the future, obviously do get taken away or turn into dust at the end of the film. And Thanos at the end of the movie, he looked very content about this, looking over the world, and he looked pretty happy in the morning, just like he said he would be once he wiped out half the population in order to prevent everybody from being overpopulated, even though in the comics he had multiple motivations that weren't really added to the film. But I understand why they got rid of them, because some of Thanos's motivations for doing all this stuff in the comic storyline aren't as believable, aren't as easy to put into a movie. But yeah, they did cover his motivations about obviously taking out half the population. Now, after all those people turn to dust, we are left with a few bonus characters, but most of the people who are left who haven't turned to dust are the core cast of the Avengers, which came out in 2012. We have Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Black Widow, and a few other bonus cast members. And I just want to mention right now, guys, that Marvel is playing tricks on us, guys, because the people who turned into dust, they made it seem all sad and everything, but the people who turned it into dust were actually saved. They are putting us into a different perspective, and the people who still remain, which of course, as I mentioned, are Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man, which are characters people think were going to die in this movie, are actually the ones who are going to die in Avengers 4. So my predictions is that in Avengers 4 there will be some kind of sacrifice or something will happen causing the core cast of the Avengers to die. And don't fret, guys, this doesn't mean we won't be getting a Black Widow movie. The Black Widow movie could be a prequel. Anyways, in Avengers 4, I'm expecting Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America to die towards the end, or maybe even spread out throughout the film, like we saw with the Black Order, who died spread out in the film. Which I'm also curious if Thanos has anyone else in his mind that he's going to bring, or if we're just going to see Thanos by himself in this movie, none of his little minions, which were the Black Order in Avengers Infinity War. Avengers 4 will also have plenty of characters that we didn't see in Avengers Infinity War, including, of course, Ant-Man and Hawkeye, Maria Hill, and lots of Nick Fury, and even Captain Marvel, guys. Because if you remember, in the post-credit scene, we did see Nick Fury and Maria Hill turn into dust, but we also saw on Nick Fury's little pager that there was kind of a Captain Marvel logo, so he was trying to contact Captain Marvel, guys. Captain Marvel does also come out before, of course, the last Avengers movie for now, which is Avengers 4, and so does Ant-Man and the Wasp. In fact, that comes out just later this year, so I am hyped for that, guys. I'm gonna have a video on theories about that as well. But yeah, we're gonna see Captain Marvel, Ant-Man, Hawkeye, Maria Hill, and lots of Nick Fury in this film in Avengers 4, so that's going to expand the characters quite a bit so that we don't feel as tremendously sad about Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, and Black Widow potentially dying. I think the most likely person to die in Avengers 4 are those three. Leave a comment down below with who you think will die in Avengers 4. But I didn't really expect too many people to die in Infinity War. But I guess let's just talk about if any of the characters who died before Thanos snapped his fingers throughout the movie will actually come back through the Infinity Stone. We know that Loki was strangled to death, and we know that Thanos doesn't really like Loki too much, so I don't think Thanos will care about Loki. But there is Vision, who also died. Now, Vision can be remade into another version if they do get the Mind Stone off of Thanos somehow. We'll have to see how that happens. You know, there are plenty of theories on how to kill Thanos and how that might be portrayed in the film, but I'd be interested to see what happens in Avengers 4. There has to be some explanation about how to actually defeat Thanos and get his stones off him, because they need the Mind Stone to remake Vision, guys. They need it to remake another version of Vision, which of course will be all new and great. We won't feel so bad about losing Vision. Another character we have to talk about is Gamora. Now, Gamora had plenty of scenes in Infinity War, and you know, she was sacrificed for the Soul Stone, and we know guys, Thanos was super sad and depressed about having to do that, and we know that he, of course, will want to resurrect her. But I don't know the rules around the whole Soul Stone thing and whether he can, because that was his sacrifice. But it is very possible that we do see Gamora return. In Avengers 4, they're going to wrap up a ton of storylines, and it'll be interesting how they manage to do that. You know, we have to end a chapter, and we have to begin a new chapter, and we have to get all this explanation for this dust situation, and yeah, it makes sense why it's going to be a 3 hours film. So leave your thoughts down below in the comments, and make sure to like the video if you did enjoy my kind of Avengers 4 or Avengers Untitled predictions, guys. We will see the movie really soon. It's only in May next year, so I'm super hyped up about that. How hyped up about Avengers 4 are you? Leave a comment down below.